Okay, here is the Roland J-6. It is my least favorite of the four devices that I have here, the S-1, the T-8 and the P-6. And I've done a video about why I don't like it in the past. I'll link that somewhere in the video if I figure out how. Anyway, today I've learned how to actually make it useful. So if you plug it into your laptop running Ableton using the USB cable that came with the device when you bought it, and you turn it on, it will automatically connect with Ableton and allow you to control instruments without doing any menu diving and without doing any option settings, preferences, changes, anything like that. Literally plug and play. So what I do, I grab an instrument, I grab Vital, which is my favorite free synth on Ableton, and straight away I can press a note and it recognizes it. Wow. So you can take chord off, you can take variation off, and now you can just play it like a keyboard. And you can change the octaves. Okay, let's say you want to get some interesting chords. You hold down Shift and press chord, and then you've got 100 different chord types. I like number 19. There's some 7th chords, I think. Get a bit higher. And you can record that straight in. Easy. And you can even press variation and let it do its thing. You can change the variations. Straight away, that's nice. That was just random. And you press hold and make it do more work for you. Cool. Not only does it control the synths, which is why it's my favorite of the four for controlling Ableton. It also controls drum rack. So here I've got a drum rack preloaded with drum samples. And if I'm in octave -2, turn all of this off. It controls the drums in order. All of them. Amazing. Anyway, let me show you why this J6 is better than the other three devices that I have as a controller for Ableton. So the next best device, in my opinion, is the S-1 when it comes to controlling Ableton. The S-1 is the same, all four are the same. You just plug it in, switch it on, and it straight away recognizes what you want to do. So here nothing's happening. That is because I'm still on the drum rack. So straight away, if you go to, it'll be on octave 0. If you go to octave -2 again, like the J6, every single drum in order, perfect. And if I want to play the synth, in some ways, this is better than the J6 because one big advantage is that it's got 2 octaves. So you can do longer or wider note variations yourself. You couldn't do that on the J6 because you can't reach from a low G to a high G without changing page. But it's lacking the ability that the J6 has, which is the chord button with the variations. It does have a hold button, which is nice. Okay, my third favorite Roland Aira device for controlling Ableton is the T-8. Again, plug and play, you switch it on, and it works right out the box. Press play, and it will play whatever pattern you've programmed on the T-8. It will play whatever pattern you've programmed on T-8 using whatever drum sounds you've loaded in your drum rack on Ableton. The T-8 allows you to make patterns, and Ableton allows you to have different sounds. So together it works quite nicely. If you know how to use the sequencer, you can do something like this, press play. And then if I want to add more percussion live, you can. You just hit record. So usually that hand clap would be a hand clap. Here I'd put it as a cowbell. Cool, right? All right, so if I go to the synth, the Vital synth, I play with stuff. As you can see on keyboard mode with the bass, nothing happens. So that's why this is my third favorite. It does play the MIDI like that, but it's very difficult to control. And it's not ideal. Not as good at making melodies as the S-1 and the J-6, but it is good at drums. I'll give it that. Okay, and my fourth favorite, or my least favorite, I should say, device for using with Ableton is surprisingly my favorite device normally. It's the P-6. It doesn't do much, okay? I'll just have a show you now. So we're in the synth mode right now. So I can play a C, C sharp, D, E flat, E, and F. And if I enter keyboard mode, it won't let me change. You must press granular . And it allows you to play, which is better than the T-8, I suppose. But I don't know why you'd use this over the S-1, the sharps and naturals and the flats, whereas this is just all in one line, so it's not as easy to use for a keyboard player. And when we're using the drum machine, let's use the drum machine. It's only controlling a few drums. The different banks don't seem to do anything. It's not as intuitive. It's not as out of the box as the T-8 is when it comes to using the drum machine. When I hit granular, again, not much going on. If I hit -2 octaves, there's nothing going on. So for me, maybe it is possible to use the P-6 very effectively with Ableton, but I haven't figured it out. It's not as intuitive as the other three devices. The third best is the T-8, as I said. It's good for controlling the drums. It's okay for controlling the synths. The S-1 is the best for keyboard players because you've got the sharps and flats at the top and the natural notes at the bottom. But the best for producers that want to be creative, in my opinion, is the S-1. You've got a proper keyboard layout for one octave. You can change octaves if you need to. The variations in the chord types, there's 100 different chord types and more than several dozens of different variations and styles. The J-6 is the winner. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching.